You're like, I feel like I gotta throw up, and then you give me some nasty stuff to.
That's actually good for you, though. Glutathione and NAD.
I know, baby. That one just tasted kind of awful.
Both of them did.
What is going on, family? So, I made a video earlier, and I thought it kind of needed a little bit more explaining. So we're gonna talk about like some issues that I dealt with as a child and transferred to adult. So these are things that I wish were explained to me, right? So I grew up in a home where love and control got mixed together. I didn't know it at the time, but it wasn't normal. And then you become an adult, and without realizing it, I found myself in a familiar relationship, and because it felt like home, right? But my upbringing was very dysfunctional. So I didn't heal the wound, so I repeated the pattern. I'll say it again. I didn't heal the wound, so I repeated the pattern. Now, so people, including myself, we can recreate familiar relationships, like familiar relationship dynamics, without even our knowledge, right? And as a child, children often normalize basically what you grew up with, right? And if you don't take the time to look at those patterns, they're gonna show up in your adult life, right? And healing isn't about blaming your partners, okay? It's recognizing the pattern and changing them. Healing, recognizing pattern, changing it. Okay, it's not complicated. And it's like, for me, don't pick up weights that don't belong to you. So and then don't give other people weights that don't belong to them. So I was in a marriage for 10 years. I believe it was a toxic marriage. And the biggest shift wasn't when I left. It started when I couldn't be controlled anymore, right? And it's like when I started setting boundaries. People don't like boundaries. So like watch what happens when you tell people no. Then their true character comes out. Believe me, I know. And I don't know about you guys, but just apologizing to keep the peace is a big one. And when I started saying no, that's when everything shifted and got very, she became very angry and even more toxic than she already was. So when you have boundaries, they're gonna be met with great resistance, because that was out of my character. What was my normal character was giving her whatever she wanted, so I didn't have to deal with it. And I mean, is that my fault? If you want to go biblical, the story of Ahab and Jezebel is a big one, because I believe I'm a king, and I was used and manipulated and lied to. And so one thing that I learned is that people usually judge relationships a bit based on what they see in public, but relationships are lived in private, not in public. Your friends don't hear every conversation. Your coworkers don't see every argument. Your family doesn't witness every interaction, right? They just get that pretty Facebook image. And you can be almost kind of feels forced to stay in something that is killing you, because nobody understands. You had the perfect marriage. What happened? But abusers will abuse you in private, and they don't act the same way they do in public and private. So, some people generally don't understand why someone leaves, okay? But for me, I mean, it definitely felt like I was walking on eggshells. There was no peace in my home. It was always chaotic, always fighting, always something going on. And like I'm really seeing that now that I'm gone, because it's like people always just try to dump their chaos on me. Like, for me, I'm not dealing with anybody's shit anymore. So now that I'm a healed person, everybody I see their true colors. I see how much chaos they actually have in their lives. For me, I guess the way I look at it is, people will use you as a battery source. They'll drain your energy so they can feel better about themselves. You know, like every morning I wake up at 100, and my ex would bring me down to 50. She'd go from 0 to 50. So energy transfer is real, and some people just don't see the full picture. That's so you. I mean, for me, that's a hard thing to grapple with. But if they were willing to hear me out and know, hey, it's not working, it's okay to leave, versus like, a lot of people in your life are gonna take sides. And that's the thing when you're dealing with like a person that has high narcissistic traits. They get to these other people first. They spin the narrative, and everything sounds reasonable and understandable. But you know what you went through, so it's okay. But God will separate you from these people that will only drain and take from you. There's a Bible scripture that comes in my head. It's like, God will set your table before in the presence of your enemies. And some people can't go where you're going. So that was tough for me to learn. So the biggest lesson that I learned wasn't learning how to spot unhealthy behavior in other people. It was learning to heal the part of me that thought chaos was normal. Because if I don't fix that, I'll repeat that. So again, keep that in mind. If you don't fix that, you'll repeat that. And so basically, like, if this sounds familiar to you, don't spend your life trying to convince other people why you left. Heal yourself. Learn to forgive for yourself. I don't sit every day crying about what happened. It happened. I live in reality, right? This happened. How do I move forward in the best way? For your own sake, not theirs, The thing is, I've witnessed grown men, grown men, women, stay stuck in the past. And I'm like, there's nothing you can do to change that. Why are you worried about it? For me, that's very simple. Just move forward with the circumstances you have right now. So God is a very present tense. I am. Versus I was, I will be. It's I am. And you have to talk to yourself very positively. Like, some people may have hurt you, but you don't want to wear that weight with you, and don't transfer to other people. All right. So build healthy relationships this time. Set boundaries. Let your life become the evidence. Because lies are very temporary. Truth stands. Lies are temporary. Truth stands. And you don't owe the world a perfect explanation. You owe yourself a healthier future. So, I hope this helps you. That's what I'm here for. God freed me, and your spiritual journey isn't, like, for me at least, isn't love and light and everything's great. But the thing is finding peace in the storm, no matter what's happening around you. I'm like, just the past couple days, rock smashed my window. Had to pay $1,000 for that. Popped my tire. Deals falling out of escrow. My aunt's texting me crazy shit. Other people, random urinalysis. Kids getting threatened, taken away from me. So it's like, but the thing is, I've never been at more peace, and I've never had more love in my heart. It's just, I pick and choose who gets that love now, versus just giving it to them because people demand it. I don't rescue everybody, So heal yourself, or you'll repeat the same patterns. Repeat, or what does it say? What's the thing? Repeat the pattern today, tomorrow. I don't know, but yeah, heal yourself. Stop outsourcing your healing. It's not going to come from another person, more money, any kind of outer validation. It won't come from that. For me, my peace came from aligning with Christ and having honor, integrity, doing the right thing when nobody's looking, having solid principles to stand on, like, in any scenario. And I'm like, having love and gratitude in your heart. Even in the worst times, thanking God for everything in your life. So I don't care what happened to you. I care how you move forward. Biggie man, I want to say dangerous.